I needed my ring. Hi, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you've never been here before. I just want to say Happy New Year, happy end of the year, and if you have never been to my channel, please subscribe. I post on Monday and Thursday mornings, 8 a.m. Central Standard Time. I'm always posting new content for you. I'm very excited for everybody watching to be here and to experience my 2020 vision together. The different sections I'm going to be talking about are my YouTube, my marriage, my career, my friendships, my family, my self goals, and travel goals. Going right into the YouTube goals I have for this channel, of course I need to start with that because you guys are my following, and without you guys and all of the viewers watching, I wouldn't be having a channel. I want to remain, number one, important, consistent. If you're going to be here, I need to give you something in order to get your views. I'm going to be trying my best to make it a full year every Monday and Thursday to post exactly when I tell you I'm going to. Last year, I kind of really started in on this a lot more than I ever was before. And I think that's because I moved into home with my husband and we just had the home to ourselves. I wasn't ever able to be given that opportunity before when I lived with my mom and my brother and my dad. It was just hard because you're living in a house with a bunch of people rustling about and you don't really have time to yourself to be able to actually sit down and make good content for you. And just hoping to remain consistent the entire year. And I'm gonna see if I can do it. I'm a very organized person and I like having things be orderly. Of course, there are things that come up, but if I do it ahead of time, I think that I can make it happen. So 2 of my personal goals is to actually get to a certain number of subscribers on my YouTube channel. And also I'm gonna include this in there because I'm talking kind of social media right now and also talking about Instagram. So I'm hoping both on Instagram and on YouTube to gain 10,000 subscribers and 10,000 followers. On Instagram, once you've achieved 10,000 followers, you get the swipe up feature, and I think that's just going to be really helpful for not only my channel, but just for other things that I have going on that I think would be great to use that for, being able to collab with different companies and be able to share their websites, their products, their videos, and support other places. 10,000 mark would be great for Instagram, but 10,000 on YouTube would just kind of be great because, of course, that just looks good. The next section I'm going to dive right into is my marriage goals. I would like to crush some goals, and I want to be able to do that and share that with my partner, and being able to face our fears and do things that we never thought we could do together. I think that creates such a strong personal bond with the person that you're with. The cool thing about my marriage is that in May of next year will be our 1-year anniversary, wedding anniversary together, but next year also marks 9 years of dating. We were on and off dating wise when we were younger, but over time and overall, it's been 9 years of dating him. I want to be able to grow in not only myself, but together in basically learning experiences. It just happens in time, and be able to travel together and just experience life together. And going in through all these experiences will create an inevitable growth in our marriage. Speaking about my career, if you guys don't know much about me or you aren't sure what I do as far as my work, I work for my local county government in stormwater. MS4 stands for Municipal Separate Storm Sewage Systems. Basically, all that is keeping our water clean and doing different things in the community to be able to help with doing that. Going right into that, one of the biggest projects that I got approved, I had to go speak in front of the mayor here, which is drain art. We have a splash pad being implemented in my local town. I'm going to be actually creating this art, and we're making drain art so that it could just be something like keep our waters clean with a little bit of a picture, something fun that says our logo and basically gets the word out there, makes it fun for the kids, and brings art to our town. So that's something really fun that will be a part of my career. Friendships. Time to take time to sustain. I want to make time to sustain more closer friendships and be able to make time to hang out with people more consistently. I think it's just because we're getting older and we have work schedules. Sometimes it's difficult to be able to hang out all the time and make it work each week. And that's okay. The friends that I do have totally understand each other in the fact that we have schedules and we have our own lives and our own marriages or relationships, and we just don't always have the time, but we do try to keep in touch and let each other know we love each other despite all of that. So I just really want to be able to try to make more time for my friends and hang out on a more consistent basis. The next thing about friendships is something that I always try to keep in mind and make it a point to do. And this isn't just something that I want to challenge myself for. I want to challenge my friends that are watching this to remember as well. I think it's really important that we always remember our closest friends' birthdays. We obviously need to say something to them, happy birthday, a call, a text, a Facebook post, Instagram, whatever the case may be. But you know, what's really great is being able to send your friends, the closest ones, happy birthday cards. I think that surprises them or it makes them feel special. And I love doing that for my friends. So I want to try to make it a personal goal to be able to keep in mind all of my very close friends' birthdays and be able to either send them a card, get them a gift, or just flat out remember their birthdays, because it's an important thing. Even if they say that it's just another day, it's not. It's a day about them celebrating the person they are. And if they're a close enough friend to you, you should be able to make it a point to let them know. And the last thing, something that I did this year, but I want to continue to do next year, is to continue to travel with friends. It was a really fun experience in Los Angeles, and I want to continue to do that. Next year, we plan on traveling a lot, and I'll just go right into the travel aspect of things after this. But I want to include my friends in that experience. I think just builds the bond with your friends, but it also is a great way to experience life together. And why wouldn't you want to travel with your friends? It's so much fun. So in talking about travels, I wanted to point out that I actually have plans currently to be going to Texas in May. I did never really know that I was going to be going to Texas, but my aunt lives there and I love her so much, and she's getting married in Texas. So of course I have to go, and I want to go. I'm really excited. She came to mine. I have to go to hers. I want to go to hers. So I'm going to be experiencing Austin, Texas, and I can't wait to see what she looks like that night. And just, there's going to be many tears and excitement and happiness overall. So definitely going to Texas. And if that, for whatever reason, doesn't pan out, I do plan on going to Vegas at some point, whether that's next year or the following. I need to go check out Vegas because it's just going to be amazing. I already know. And then in December of 2020, I plan on going on an all-inclusive resort vacation again. We haven't totally figured out exactly where we want to go, and we're thinking that might be the one we do with friends. So you have to stay tuned to see what we end up doing, but we'll be traveling quite a bit in 2020. Exciting stuff happening. We're also going to be going to Chicago to see Mod's son in March. And even though that's close to where I live, it's still another thing we're doing, and it's going to be really cool. A part of the videos we'll be completing, I hope. This is easily one of the most important aspects of my life, and the goals that I set here are very vague, but at the same time, they're extremely important, and I want to always stay consistent on these things. I need to always remember to put family first. Sometimes that's difficult. You don't feel up to doing something, or you just have had a long day and you're just not down to go to dinner, or whatever the case may be. I'm trying to remind myself that family is everything and to always keep them first. This leads right into the next thing, is to say yes more than I say no. Be able to open myself up and to let go of that homebodiness that I have going on. I like to stay home and I like to just relax. It would be really good to just say yes more than I say no and see my family more. One of the most important parts of this is to always appreciate every moment like it is their last. Family, sometimes you don't, because you see them so often, or you talk to them so often, you take advantage of what you're really getting out of that. With your parents, with your grandparents, with your aunts and uncles, all of that, they're there, they're alive. So it's not something that you think about losing at that time, but I always try to keep in the back of my mind the thought, even though it's a sad thought, that anything could happen and they could die, they could pass away, and you want to be sure that you treat every moment like it could be their last or like it could be your last. And in doing so, I think each moment will be even more special, and I'll remind myself to make sure each moment I'm spending with them is special too. Last but not least, my own self goals for 2020 and the vision that I have for myself is I want to develop keeping and continuing a healthy attitude and being able to stabilize my mental health, but also look at each event, good or bad, as something that's opening the door for another opportunity. This past year has been nonetheless a roller coaster of emotions and a lot of learning curves along the way. I now understand the crucial importance to not let people affect me the way that they did in 2019. I'm going to go into 2020 opening the doors to my heart, but also keeping myself in tune with myself and knowing that no matter what happens, nobody can really affect me. And that is such a strong thing to try to keep going and flowing, is the vibes that I don't care what anyone thinks of me, and it's okay if you don't like me, but you're not going to make my 2020 bad. This girl happened in 2020, and she made my heart so full and so happy. Oh, honestly, guys, if you have not got a dog or you're thinking about getting one, I advise to, because this baby girl is huge. She's amazing. She just turned 1 in November, and she's going to be a part of my life for so long. She'll be a part of everything that I'm doing in every aspect that I do in 2020. You'll be seeing a lot of Ember, I'm sure. Another thing that I want to remind myself for my own self goals is to keep up with my overall health. I struggle a lot with migraines, and it's not something I've actually talked about in a video yet, but I have gone to the doctor about it. I'm on medication for it. It's helping tremendously. I have gotten dental work done to help. I had to get a root canal done, and everything is just happening to try to better my migraines and my overall health, and I want to keep up with that. That's a huge goal, is to stay consistent with what I'm doing to help my overall health, mental health, but also physical health. This last thing I want to point out about my self goals is to not waste energy on things that just don't deserve it. I think that letting anything negative affect me is just not the right thing to do. So from this point forward, hopefully I can keep in mind that it's not that big of a deal. Thank you so much for being a part of my channel, our channel, the Woodson channel, and for staying with me through all this time. Please, if you haven't already, I know I asked you to, but please subscribe to my channel so that you can see more of her, more of me, more of what we have to offer. I do travel videos, I do skincare videos, reviews, I do painting videos, I do a lot of just everything. So you need to stay tuned to check it all out. And thank you so much for joining us. And of course, Happy New Year. Tell them, say Happy New Year. Guys, she's so heavy. You made the video. You're the star of the show. She's the star of the show, guys.